What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in back to the channel. Today we are working on the Silverado again. Dropped a good chunk of money on this thing. We are doing the 4.5-inch rough country install along with the rest of the front end suspension. So upper arms, lower control arms, ball joints, what else? Tie rod ends, all that stuff is getting replaced, front brakes, all that. I am so excited with this install today because this is gonna allow us to go off-road. The front end's too low right now in stock height, so we can't do any trails or anything like that without worrying about damaging the bumper. I'll show you guys something. Along with our lift kit, we are allowed to run a 33, technically from rough country, but with a little bit of modification, we can run some 35s. Now, I'm not going to show you guys just yet what wheels we got, but these I mean I'm not tall. Oh my god, don't lock me out. I am not tall, but this is like half my body right here. Super nice. I want to show you guys, but I can't. You're gonna have to wait for the next video coming out because that will be the wheel and tire install video. But this is the truck's current state. It's just a stock two-wheel drive. It seems like the front end on the two-wheel drive sits way lower than like the 4x because we have so much room back here. I rolled the 35s over here. I'll show you a little sneak peek. The wheel sits like just barely right there. So with the lift, we're gonna have perfect clearance. I did get 2 blocks. Look at all that stuff. We're just gonna pull everything out of the bed and show you guys exactly what we bought. Now, because this job is not easy, it's pretty labor intensive, we are gonna be doing this job over at Ryan's house. He's got all the tools that are gonna help us get out of a jam because I know this truck is gonna give us a ton of issues. One, it's got a ton of rust on this thing. Two, we've never installed a lift kit before. This is my first time. We've done coilovers in the past, but lift kits are totally different. They seem pretty straightforward, but he's just gonna be there to help us along with the entire process. Hopefully this doesn't take 12 hours to do. Now, in the 4.5-inch lift kit from Rough Country, when you buy it for a 99 to 06 Silverado, the first box you get, oh god, these are heavy. Spindles, these are for the front. So this is like an extended knuckle, technically. Put your hub on, it looks like good quality material. So the next thing out of this kit are these massive heavy duty springs. This is gonna accommodate for the 4-inch lift, obviously. They're way thicker than OEM and they're a nice silver color, so they'll look cool inside the car. I am unaware of the spring rating too, so don't ask me about that. And in the third and final box, for the rough country kit at least, this is gonna be for the rear end. You got a bunch of hardware, bushings, stickers. That's cool. These are 3-inch lift blocks. In a couple pictures, I saw a few trucks with the same exact lift kit as ours, and some of them had like a little bit of rake in the back still, which I don't want. I want it to be completely level. I did purchase a 1.5-inch lift block instead, so we can swap it out and see exactly which one is gonna be the right height for us. So if this is too tall, we can swap in the 1.5, and that'll be a little bit shorter in the back, and we'll see what looks level, what doesn't. We've got the struts for shocks, nothing too crazy here. There is an option to get with like PN 305, or I don't know what the number was, but it's supposed to be like the upgraded shocks, like the N2 shocks or something. A little bit beefier. It's the matching silver on the springs, so that's nice. This is honestly, this is all just temporary until we want to drop a ton of money on long travel. All this kit's gonna do is just give us some clearance. The cool thing about rough country, if this shock blows out, I can just buy it individually and I don't have to just reorder an entire kit. I heard good and bad things about these shocks. We'll make a review video, I guess, after we get this all installed. Now, because every bushing and ball joint is blown out, we went on to Amazon and got these Freedom off-road control arms. These are uppers. It accommodates for 3 to 5-inch lifts, so it has the angled end piece there. It's got some pretty good reviews. We're gonna try them out because I didn't want to run an OEM one, and it's tubular. The welds look pretty good, so we're gonna run these and we'll see how it goes. And for the other boxes, we got new hubs, pads, rotors, tie rod ends, sway bar end links, all that stuff through Rock Auto, just the Mevotech brand. So we're literally pulling everything out of the front end of the vehicle and then putting all new stuff in. Nothing original is going back. New lower control arms with the new ball joints in there. I'm just hoping getting everything new is gonna speed up this process and make the truck feel like it used to when it was new. So we're just gonna load everything back up in the truck and head over to Ryan's.
Oh God.
All right, so we made it to Ryan's house.
Lord, really? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, you children.
So this is my uncle. He really wanted to be a part of this project. He said he couldn't do it by himself.
You are.
All right, let's get started.
Oh my God. know.
curl.
I was like, ooh.
Budweiser presents Real Men of Genius. Real Men of Genius.
All right, now it is about a week later since the lift kit has been installed. I'm gonna give you guys a rundown on exactly what happened. This was probably the most time-consuming, labor-intensive job that we've ever done on the channel. And it hurts me to say it, but we were not able to film this all. We got to Ryan's house at 9, 10 o'clock-ish. That's when we started working on it. We didn't stop working on it until about 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is really when we got home. The shitty thing about this is that we only got the front end done. That was on Saturday. On Sunday, I got underneath the truck with Ryan. He came over again. I'm completely new to leaf spring suspension. I'll show you the back side of this. Because I was new to that part and he doesn't like filming, he just wants to get the job done, which I understand. He's coming over to help me. So that's what we did. It was also raining, so even propping up a camera on the side was not gonna happen. But anyways, here's the rear end of the truck. So we got our rough country shocks in there and the blocks right on the side. Getting this portion in was actually fairly easy, but because everything under this truck was so rotted, it took way longer than expected, but we did get it done. Not only did we struggle with the rust on the front end, so two huge things happened during this install. One, the sway bar completely snapped on both sides of the truck, so that was shitty. We weren't able to even put in our new sway bar end links. And two, we got a busted brake line. Now, it wasn't just like the flex hose, it was the hard line on the truck. So we have to do, I already ordered the parts so we can actually start driving this thing again, but as of right now, it's not moving. Every time we want to move it, we have to keep our foot off the brake. We can't use the brake, and we just use the e-brake on the inside with your left foot. Very tricky. We had to drive it home like that too. We were beat to hell. We didn't even record that. So a lot of this stuff, unfortunately, just we didn't get footage of. But for the main portion, the truck is lifted. It's up in the air. The job isn't even done yet. This job is taking so long and it took so much money to get it all ready that I can only imagine how much like true long travel suspension would be for this thing. Like just the parts alone I think was about $10,000 or $12,000. But the truck looks good. In the back here, I know you guys see them, we got the 35s. So in the next video you guys are gonna see, we're gonna be throwing those on, clearancing the front fenders for fitment because I know they're not gonna fit. I'm happy with the way the truck looks. As far as like drivability and things like that, I can't say anything about whether it's like too squishy or if it rides too stiff or whatever. We'll make a review video later on down the line so you guys can actually get an idea of like, hey, should I do this or not? For us, in terms of looks, yes, this is killer. 4.5 inches on the truck makes it look really nice in my opinion. It beefs it up a ton and it's going to allow us to clear the 35s. On Rough Country's website, they say that the 4.5 inch lift clears 33s, but they didn't mention if you notch some stuff under here in the back section here and then in the front, and then if we just remove this section, will clear completely. And I know this isn't like the most ideal video. I really wanted to show a step-by-step process. Pretty upsetting, but whatever next video we do, we'll kill it on that one. So be sure to stay up to date, hit that subscribe button because in a couple videos we'll be releasing like the actual review on how it drives. We're gonna go hit the trails with it, so we're gonna see how it performs off-road. I'm hoping the rust isn't too bad to where if we go off-road, hit a pothole, that the entire front end just doesn't collapse on us. I'm praying that that doesn't happen. But anyways, if you made it this far, leave a like. It really helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.